This is Chris with Ales. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris with Ales, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. So I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw, April 3rd, 2023 reviews. So here we go discussing about Monday Night Raw. Now, this is the Raw after Mania. They showed a bunch of packages from what happened over the weekend at WrestleMania 39, Night 1 and Night 2 and everything. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Well, Triple H was the one to kick off the show from Monday Night Raw tonight. He comes out and he starts talking in the middle of the ring. He got some mic and all that stuff. And he was talking about how WrestleMania was a big show and everything. Had over 161,000 people in the audience for those 2 nights and everything, and how he wants to thank the WWE Universe for that stuff, and wants to thank the WWE Superstars for all that, for all the work they put in, all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Triple H was saying. But then he said, well, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room, because a lot of people's been raiding the internet today and stuff, and he said that those are true, but he says that WWE is going to be remaining the same. Nothing's going to change. That they're going to bring up the best product that they possibly can and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Triple H was saying. Pretty cool stuff though. But then he says that he got to introduce the next person to appear on the show now, and for everyone to acknowledge him, and that is the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa coming out. So yeah, Roman comes out and he gets in the ring and he tells Hollywood to acknowledge him. And then all of a sudden he gets interrupted by Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out and he's not in a good mood after last night, He's in a shitty mood, obviously, because of what happened. What was the outcome for their match last night at WrestleMania. So yeah, Cody Rhodes comes out and he starts talking to Roman Reigns, talking about how he cheated and all that stuff. And he actually had Roman beat, But he said that he only gets one word, and one word only for Roman, and that's a rematch. So he wants a rematch against Roman Reigns for the titles. And Paul Heyman was like, well, how about this? For this rematch, hypothetically, when do you actually want it? And Cody Rhodes said, tonight. He wants the rematch tonight, right now, and all that stuff. And Paul Heyman was like, here, that will be a no. You ain't going to get your rematch tonight in Puerto Rico, at SummerSlam, at Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble. Never. You'll never get your rematch and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, Cody Rhodes is talking about how it took 2 people to beat him last night, and how he wants a tag team match in tonight. And, Paul Heyman starts talking to Roman and stuff, and he comes back and he goes like, well, me and the Tribal Chief already done talked. And here's the thing. You can have a tag team match. It will be Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus you and a partner of pretty much your choice of whoever walks down that ramp. But here's the 2 things, the 2 stipulations. Number 1, if you lose that tag team, if you actually can find a partner, that's great and all that stuff, but that partner got to be someone that actually wrestled during WrestleMania weekend. And number 2, if you lose this tag team match, you would never get a rematch for the titles ever again while Roman Reigns is champion. So yeah, that's what Paul Heyman said. But then all of a sudden, Cody Rhodes accepts, and then the next person that comes down was Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes down, he gets in the ring, he shakes Cody Rhodes' hand, and Roman Reigns didn't like him. And Lesnar booked up at Solo at one point, which was pretty funny. But yeah, it looks like the match is now official. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa in a tag team match later on tonight. So yeah, this is going to be Brock Lesnar's first match on Raw in so many years. He hasn't wrestled on Raw since his return 10 years ago or 11 years ago, pretty much in 2012. So yeah, first match back on Raw in like what? 03, probably 02 something. So yeah, just wild. But yep, that's what happened there. But up next it will be Omos versus Elias 1-on-1 up next on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, we get to the first match of the night. It was Omos with MVP at ringside versus Elias 1-on-1. So yeah, first match of the night, and obviously Omos was dominating this match. Elias was trying to come back a few times in this match, but it was not enough because he starts getting beat down. He gets hit with a big boot by Omos, and then kept on getting body slammed, thrown to the turnbuckles and all that stuff. So yeah, Omos was just beating the hell out of Elias, and then at the ending, he grabs him by the throat, hitting that two-handed chokeslam onto Elias, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Omos defeated Elias tonight on Raw. That's what happened. For that match, I'll give it half of a star. That's why I'll give it just Omos showing his dominance, pretty much. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then after that, we see Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, come up. They come up knocking on the door and everything, the locker room door. Paul Heyman comes out, and Paul Heyman's talking to the Usos, talking about how that they should not go in there and bother the Tribal Chief because he is getting ready for a match with Solo Sikoa to take on Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes later on tonight in a tag team match. And they was like, yeah, and all that stuff. And he goes like, well, WrestleMania was a big night and everything for the Tribal Chief and all that stuff. But he says that they got a jet ready out as soon as they get done with this match tonight. And they'll be leaving out and everything. And they should go to that jet or whatever, or sushi or whatever. So yeah, that's what Paul Heyman says. The Usos walk away, and then Paul Heyman walks back into the locker room saying, I just handled it all with my Tribal Chief. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, now we go to the next segment where we see Bad Bunny get interviewed. Now he's sitting in the front row of the crowd and stuff, and he's talking about like how he's going to be hosting Backlash in a few weeks. It'll be in his hometown, Puerto Rico, and all that stuff. And he starts speaking Spanish and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what he was saying. But then all of a sudden, Rey Mysterio comes out, and he wants to thank everyone for giving him a special weekend, you know, being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, and then going to his match against his son Dominic, winning that match at WrestleMania and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Rey Mysterio was doing. But then he gets interrupted by the United States Champion, Austin Theory. Austin Theory comes out how he was talking about how he beat John Cena at WrestleMania to retain the United States Championship, and the crowd was just booing the hell out of him, saying you tapped out and all that stuff. And he goes like, I didn't tap out, I won, and I know what Cena meant now, talking about the night after Mania, talking about how the crowd was going to chew me up. Wow, this is whatever. So yeah, that's what Austin Theory was saying. So yeah, just going off like that. And then he starts disrespecting Rey Mysterio. He goes like, how about I just put another legend out, just like I did with John Cena. So yeah, that's what he was saying. And then we get to the match, and it was made official. United States Champion Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio 1-on-1. And yeah, it was a pretty good match between those two. Pretty nice stuff. Like at one point, Mysterio hits a nice DDT on the Theory, and Theory hits a nice torture rack powerbomb onto Mysterio, but Mysterio kicked out too as well. But then we start getting to the very ending of this match where we see Theory trying to launch himself back into the ring for that drop kick and stuff, but Mysterio drop kicks him in the leg, dropping him onto the sec rope, setting up for a 619. Dominic comes out, distracting Rey and all that stuff. Dominic comes out with Damian Priest, distracting Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio still goes for that 619, but Theory catches his legs, lifts him up on his shoulders, and his A-Town down onto him, pinning him for the 3 count. So yeah, Austin Theory defeated Rey Mysterio tonight in a 1-on-1 match. That's what happened for that match, and what happened after the match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was okay stuff. But yeah, after the match ended, that's when Dominic gets into the ring and he starts attacking Rey Mysterio, beating him down and all that stuff. But then he spots Bad Bunny in the crowd. He gets out the ring and he goes up to Bad Bunny, talking to him and all that stuff. And Bad Bunny was talking about he was doing the right thing and all that stuff. Dominic gets mad. He turns around. He tries to hit Bad Bunny, but Bad Bunny blocks it and punches Dominic in the face. And Damian Priest comes up, grabbing Bad Bunny and yanking him over the barricade. Just yank the hell out of him. And I'm talking about how you should have never been doing that, and start speaking Spanish to him and all that stuff. And Bad Bunny's in between Damian and Dominic. Bad Bunny turns around. Dominic was trying to hit him again, but Bad Bunny punches him in the face again. Then Damian Priest starts beating the hell out of Bad Bunny, laying him out, tears apart the announce table, and then chokeslams him through the announce table, laying him out. And yeah, Rey Mysterio goes out there and checking on Bad Bunny and everything else, and Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio walks away. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty cool segment though. But yep, pretty cool stuff. But yeah, still to come later on tonight in the main event, Roman Reigns is teaming up with Solo Sikoa to take on Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes later on tonight in the main event in the tag team match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they come out there and they started talking about how it was great that they won the titles at night one of WrestleMania this week, and how WrestleMania was pretty big and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what they was talking about, and they was talking about how they want to celebrate about how they won the tag team titles and all that stuff. And Kevin Owens says, well, I know a good way to celebrate, and that's to fight. We're always down to fight and all that stuff. And so, yeah, that's what Sami Zayn agrees, and they're ready to challenge whoever comes down. So he said they was sending out a challenge to anyone who wants to accept their open challenge for this fight. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits, comes out. So yeah, they accept the open challenge, and they was talking about how it was cool to see that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn won the tag team titles and all that stuff, but they come down there to accept the open challenge and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what he was saying. But yeah, we get the match underway. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Street Profits in the tag team match. And you know what? This match, it was a pretty good match. It was going back and forth and everything. Really good match. At one point, we see the Street Profits hit the super blockbuster onto Sami Zayn, when we see Angelo Dawkins lift up Sami Zayn onto his shoulders like the electric chair, and then Montez Ford jumping off the top turnbuckle with a blockbuster onto Zayn. They pin him, but Kevin Owens breaks up the pin at the count of 2 and everything, and it was just going like a crazy match. At one point, we see Kevin Owens hit the cannonball onto Montez Ford in the corner, climbs up the top turnbuckle and jumps off with a swanton bomb. He pins Montez Ford 1, 2. Angelo Dawkins breaks the pin at the count of 2. Sami Zayn gets in there, throws Angelo Dawkins out the ring, and then Montez Ford gets out the ring as well. And then Sami Zayn jumps over the top. Sami Zayn gets knocked out the ring, my fault. And then Kevin Owens gets knocked out the ring, and then we see Montez Ford jump over the top rope with a front flip onto both of them outside of the ring. He throws Owens back into the ring, climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with the frog splash, but Owens moves out the way, and Montez Ford lands on his feet. That's when Kevin Owens tags in Sami Zayn. And then Owens hits the stunner onto Montez Ford, which left him standing there, stepping backwards slowly and all that. Sami Zayn comes in there, pushes Montez Ford to the corner, and then runs back and comes back with a helluva kick onto Montez Ford, and then pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated the Street Profits tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. Really good match. I give that match 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Really good match between those two teams. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then, after that match ended, we see Kathy Kelly interviewing Seth Rollins because, of his win that he got over Logan Paul at WrestleMania. He said, yeah, he sent Logan Paul and KSI packing and all that stuff. But he says he wants to go out to the ring. Since the party's not backstage, he said the party is definitely in the ring, and he's going to go out there and party. So yeah, that's what he says, and yeah, he makes his way down to the ring, which he'll be on Raw up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, now before we talk about the next match, we got to talk about a few segments. So we see Seth Rollins, he's out there, and the crowd's just chanting and all that, singing a song still, and yeah, just Seth walking around the ring, gets out the ring, walking around it and all that stuff, and then walks backstage. So yeah, that was really it right there. But then we see Bobby Lashley, he's getting interviewed, talking about him winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. And then Bronson Reed comes up talking about how he wants to be Bobby Lashley's student and all that stuff, be the pupil and all that. And he starts talking junk about Lashley, about like, oh, you was even at WrestleMania, you didn't even have a match or anything after you've been wanting to have a match and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Bronson Reed was talking about. He says that the pupil always surpasses the teacher and all that stuff. And then Lashley wants to fight Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed's like, no, I don't want to fight you, not right now anyways, because I am unavailable. So yeah, that's what he said. But then we see Mustafa Ali come up talking about it's okay, Lashley, and all that stuff. So yeah, just pretty much doing some stupid crap. And then Lashley was like, you know what, I want a match. And Ali was like, yeah, you should have a match. And he goes like, I want a match against you. And Ali was like, no, we shouldn't do that. And Lashley, he had enough, and he grabs Ali and tosses him and starts beating him down backstage. carry him to the ring, and then we get the match underway. Bobby Lashley versus Mustafa Ali. Ali was avoiding Lashley a little bit, but Lashley starts coming back, hitting the vicious clothesline onto Ali, flipping him and all that stuff, but then he locks on the Hurt Lock at one point, making Mustafa Ali tap out. So yeah, Bobby Lashley defeated Mustafa Ali tonight on Raw. That's what happened for that match. I'll give it 1 star. That's why I'll give it. But yeah, still to come later on tonight in the main event, it will be Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes in a tag team match later on tonight in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. So the next thing to happen on Monday Night Raw, now we go to the next segment, which it was the WWE Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. She comes out and she was talking about how she's all happy and everything, that she finally makes it as a year of being the Raw Women's Champion, how she went and faced Asuka last night at WrestleMania 39 and beat her to become one of, like, the second longest reigning Raw Women's Champion, and she says she's going to surpass that record as well. So yeah, that's what Bianca Belair was talking about. But then she gets interrupted by the SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. She comes out, and Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair goes face to face, and Rhea Ripley was talking about how her and Bianca got unfinished business as well. But she said that she would have chose Bianca, but she had some unfinished business with Charlotte Flair, and that's why she chose Charlotte Flair to go beat her for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then eventually down the line she's going to go after her title as well. So yeah, that's what she was saying. Bianca Belair was talking about how she's looking forward to all of it and all that stuff, and then both hold their titles up and all that. So yeah, it looks like we are not done with that feud between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, because if anybody remembers, Rhea Ripley was supposed to be facing Bianca Belair last year at Money in the Bank, but Rhea Ripley had some stuff going on and she was in the match. So yeah, we still got that feud on hold and all that stuff, but yeah, it's just going to be on hold for a little bit longer, it looks like. But yep, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez making their way down to the ring, because up next they will be facing Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Damage Control up next. Winner of that match will become pretty much #1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. It was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Damage Control in a #1 contenders match. Winner of this match will be facing Becky Lynch and Lita for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships next week on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that's what this match is all about. It was a pretty good match between these two teams and all that stuff. Dakota Kai and Raquel Rodriguez was the ones that started off this match and everything. Damage Control starts taking control of this match at the ending, up until we see pretty much Raquel just beating down Dakota Kai. She lifted her up for the Tohada Bomb at one point, but Io Sky grabs Dakota Kai and pulls her off of Raquel's shoulders and all that. That's when Raquel runs over there, knocking Io Sky off the ring apron, grabs Dakota Kai for the Tohada Bomb, tags in Liv Morgan at the same time, hits the Tohada Bomb onto Dakota, and then grabs her leg, flipping her towards the ropes. And then that's when Liv Morgan hits her finishing move, Oblivion, onto Dakota Kai, and then pins her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defeated Dakota Kai and Io Sky, Damage Control, tonight on Monday Night Raw to become the #1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So yeah, next week on Raw, Becky Lynch and Lita will be defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships up against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez next week on Raw. So yeah, that match is now made official, and for that match, that tag team match, I gotta give it I'll give it 2 stars. That's why I'll give it was an okay match. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention a segment from way earlier tonight with Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce actually had talked to Damian Priest, actually, talking about how he should never been attacking Bad Bunny and all that, and Damian Priest was trying to justify that he was the one that hit Dominic and all that stuff. So yeah, I forgot to mention that segment as well, and Priest walked away. But yep, I forgot to mention that one, but there you go. But yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now we had The Miz coming out, and Miz was pretty much sick and tired of what happened last night on Raw, how he's talking about how he had how he had 3 different matches against 4 different guys, talking about how Snoop Dogg put him in a match against Pat McAfee and then George Kittle, which made it like a handicap match after that, a 2-on-1 handicap match, and then he had a match against Shane McMahon, which he did so good against Shane McMahon, he beat him down so bad that he hurt himself, and then he was talking about how Snoop Dogg wanted to go in there and just sucker punch him a few times and hit the worst people's elbow of all time. So yeah, that's what he was talking about. He said he's tired of these stupid surprises, and he says no more surprises up until he gets interrupted by Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle makes his return back to WWE and all that stuff, and yeah, he changes ring attire and all that, which is like we had like those type of like shorts or whatever somewhere. Yeah, it's just plain old underwear at this point. So yeah, he comes in there and he says, "Surprise everyone, did y'all miss me?" And then Miz had enough of it. He starts attacking Matt Riddle from behind, beating him down and all that stuff up until Matt Riddle starts coming back, laying in some punches to him. Big old forearm, and then he hits that ripcord knee onto the Miz, and then he picks up the Miz, hitting his finisher move, the Bro Derek, onto him, laying him out. So yeah, Matt Riddle makes his return and lays out the Miz tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened there. He finally makes his return since, what, December or something? So yeah. But yep, that's what happened there. And it looks like up next we're going to be getting the main event. It will be Roman Reigns teaming up with Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar up next in a tag team match in the main event for tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now before we talk about the main event, we got to talk about a few segments. And there was one segment earlier, which I forgot to mention as well, where we see Roman Reigns. He's backstage with Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman. And Roman was talking to Paul Heyman, talking about, what did you do with the twins? And he said, they're back at the Jet and all that stuff. So Roman was like, good, that's good. So here's the plan, Solo. I'm going to go smash Brock Lesnar again. And I'm going to go smash Cody Rhodes, and I'll tag you in, and then you just beat him down as well. So yeah, that's what Roman Reigns was talking about. And he was accusing Paul Heyman of, like, he knew that Brock Lesnar was going to be there. And Paul Heyman was like, no, I didn't know he was going to be there. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we actually had another segment backstage before the main event. It was Byron Saxton interviewing the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Becky Lynch and Lita, and they was with Trish Stratus, and Becky Lynch and Lita was talking about how they're going to go to Raw next week, just like they did with Damage Control, and beat Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan next week on Raw to retain the Women's Tag Team Championship. So yeah, that's what Becky Lynch and Lita and Trish Stratus was talking about. But then we get to the main event. It was supposed to be the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa with Paul Heyman at ringside, the Bloodline versus Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes in a tag team match. So yeah, everybody makes their way down to the ring. The Bloodline does, and then Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. Well, it looked like we was about to get the match underway up until Brock Lesnar attacks Cody Rhodes. He grabs Cody Rhodes, hits an F5 onto him, laying him out. Roman and them surprised, but they decided to get out of the ring and just hightail it out that ring. And Brock Lesnar lifts up Cody Rhodes again, hits a second F5 onto him, laying him out again. And this time he's just beating the hell out of Cody Rhodes, laying him out, suplexing him and everything, laying him out with some German suplex and all that. And then he throws him outside of the ring and it suplexes him over the barricade onto the concrete. And then, yeah, he was just beating hell out of him. He grabbed the steel steps at one point, hits Cody Rhodes upside the head, on the shoulder with the steel steps, throws the steps inside the ring, throws a chair inside the ring, grabs Cody Rhodes, hits an F5 onto him through the announce table, and it looked like that was going to be all it. Up until Lesnar comes back, he grabs Cody Rhodes, throws him back into the ring, picks up Cody Rhodes. There's a bunch of referees, and then you got producers and Adam Pearce out there trying to stop Brock Lesnar, but he's not stopping at all. Lesnar then lifts up Cody Rhodes again and hits a fourth F5 on Cody Rhodes, but this time onto the steel steps, laying him out. Lesnar stands over top of him, over him, holding his hands up. Just destroyed Cody Rhodes. And then he gets out the ring, walks away, and then he decides to come back when everybody's checking on Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes is moving again. And then Lesnar grabs a steel the steel chair and starts beating down Cody Rhodes and starts choking him out with the steel chair, saying something, but they blurred it out and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then Lesnar gets out the ring again and he walks to the backstage area. Everybody's checking on Cody Rhodes again up until Brock Lesnar decides to come right back out again. But this time he don't attack Cody Rhodes. He just takes his gloves off and then flicks them off, pretty much. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty crazy stuff though. Brock Lesnar turned heel again, and looks like Cody Rhodes' feud will be against Brock Lesnar, which I don't got nothing against that actually. I would actually like to see that feud because Cody Rhodes is a big name now, so yeah, why not? Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar having a feud. So yeah, they are definitely taking away from Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns for right now. I can see them feuding eventually, but it looks like now they're going to do Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, and now match will possibly be happening at Backlash, which I'll be okay with, and then Cody Rhodes could get a big win over Lesnar, you know. So yeah, but yeah, for tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, the Raw after Mania, I will give it 8.5 stars. That's why I'll give it pretty good Raw. Matt Riddle was the only one that returned, so yeah, Randy Orton didn't return. Braun Breaker didn't make his debut on the main roster, nothing like that. So yeah, it was nothing really too crazy, but I really liked the ending of Raw, at least, in the beginning at least. So yeah, pretty okay stuff, pretty good stuff. But yeah, that has been my WWE Monday Night Raw April 3rd, 2023 reviews. So yeah, like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks, so I'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for this Friday's Friday Night SmackDown reviews and this Wednesday's AEW Dynamite reviews. See you guys later. Until then.